Okay, here is 90-90 breathing. Why I love this and start workouts with this is be able to come from our busy days, from our life, and come into our bodies for first. So being able to come to your breath, your connection to the floor, just to come and orientate yourself into the moment that you're in and start to set the tone of the body being able to have a voice when we live in a world that we're constantly up here in our mind. And so it's our chance for our mind to witness our body. And the breath is a beautiful way to make that connection. So not only does it help bring us more into this phase of parasympathetic nervous system, it's also the most powerful way to turn on our core and be able to do it from an inside out approach. So we are going to start off on our backs. Okay, we're going to get our feet and our knees and our hips all at a 90-degree angle. From here, I like to just note myself on the floor, just taking some inhales through my nose. Exhales to land here. Maybe even just taking a note of the space that you're in and looking around the room, noticing what you see, noticing how you feel into the floor, maybe the clothes that are on your body. What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you taste? And just really being present here and now with some breath. Once you're feeling settled and maybe remove some of those pressures or thoughts that are showing up from your day, then we can start to come to that breath in a way that we can start to bring some strength within, using the externals. So first we're going to start off with our feet. We're going to think about dragging those feet down without letting them move on the floor. So you're just going to take that tripod of your feet, toes are spread, push it into the floor, and then a slight drag down at like a 5 out of 10. So we don't want to be fully dragging it down, but just enough that you're going to drag that down and we'll feel the hamstrings come on. We are also going to just take a note here and just feel those two bony parts in your hips, and we want to just be making note where they are in space. Okay, so let's go ahead, take those feet down. Notice maybe where those hips went, and now we're just going to push our feet in and drag and make note what happened with those hip bones and what we feel in the hamstrings. That in itself is starting to bring us into the body. Okay, from here I would also want you to note that you have this 3-point spine into the floor. So you have like your head, between your shoulder blades and around your tailbone. And now we're going to, I like to put my hands on my rib cage here to just really feel this out. So with that 5 out of 10, maybe even less, okay, if you're starting to feel like things are burning, just back up a bit, like back off a bit. We're going to take a nice big inhale. Fill up that rib cage, and then exhale like you are blowing out a candle. And just make note what happened to the rib cage. I also want you to start to think about the sternum as well. So if we can note hip bones and sternum, and let's just do that breath again. Inhale, exhale, and start to notice that we have that like a straight line here, kind of going down to our pelvic bone with our sternum, and our seat bones are going up, our hamstrings are on. And that's all been done with our breath. This might take a bit just for you to practice that. Take your time and be patient. And then once you've got that feeling, what we're going to do now is we're going to inhale, exhale, feel that alignment happen, noticing what happens to that low back into the floor. Can we hold 1% of that and inhale again? Noting that the breath can come now a little bit more into the backside. Maybe feeling a little bit more engagement in the lower abdominals. Just go and notice and feel what happens when you maintain that alignment with a little bit, and then inhale into that. Feel the floor, feel your feet, feel that breath coming from the inside out, noticing that the exhale brings it into alignment. And just going for the prescribed amount of reps there. Also, feel free to take time to practice this. This can be, it is a new skill for us to connect with our breath in a world where we're holding our breath or just moving so quickly that we're not present with what's actually going in our body. So this is a really great skill to bring in awareness, bring you from that sympathetic nervous system into a parasympathetic nervous system, and then also where can I find the middle where I'm in alignment, where now I'm using my breath to find that strength within, and note that that's how I can turn on my core rather than bracing down and putting those pressures in different places, but like actually feeling that we can create space within ourselves, and then that exhale is filling up the space with strength.